Hi, I'm Jason, and I want big bucks, no whammies. Um, we're doing our pick for last week, so that would have been the 6th. Yeah,
We'll call it the sixth.
so these are our pick for October 6th. Although today's the 13th and comics came out, so maybe tomorrow we'll do that pick. My pick for this week or last week, October 6th. Oh, here I'm Marky. Yeah, this is Marky. Hey, can't
Spoiler alert, we are not the Emmy Award winning show, ESPN Sports Center.
Yeah, poor Brett Favre ruined his career. He'll never work in a broadcast booth.
The comic book dog, Frankie.
All right. So now that I did introduce Marky, which I completely forgot all about,
It's cool.
we're doing my pick for 10-6, which would be Secret 6, issue number 26.
A lot of sixes. That was three of them, actually.
Hey, today's the 13th, 666 on the 13th. Yeah. All right.
Eerie.
Secret Six is in my top five favorite comic book. I haven't picked it as a one that I like for that week for a week, but this one was like awesome. Basically, Secret Six has split up into two separate factions, whatever. Bane and then Savage, Blood's or the daughter of the Savage guy. Um, One is hired to take over this like mysterious land. I forgot the name of it. While the other group has to stop them from taking over. Amanda Waller has hired one group, and that secret this code chick can't remember her name. She came out from Birds of Prey. Was hired for the other one. Really great story. I love the humor. It has adult humor, which is nice. Um, I enjoy to be able to read, especially a DC comic that has adult humor in it. The love affair that's going on between Bane and her, can't remember her full name or whatnot, is really cute. She's a lesbian. He's like the father figure. They end up having to fight since they're against one another. Uh, Animal Man or Catman, he's a badass. He's going a little cuckoo since his son got kidnapped. Not killed, but kidnapped. Um, really good story. I like. If you haven't read any of the Secret Six, like the miniseries prior or Villains United, you might get lost. Um, and since it's like 2 years in, and plus the miniseries has been like 3 or 4 years ago, my
I really
wife,
liked the Western episode.
yeah, my wife started reading it, and she just picked up basically like 8 issues ago, and she's enjoying it. So it's a comic where you can pick it up, and you slowly, gradually get to be more introduced to the characters and understand that they are villains that are like basically doing good but not wanting to. Basically, they work for the highest bidder, and somehow it ends up being good. A lot like the Titans, with Deathstroke. Really like it. A plus. Pick it up. You'll probably want to get 25 and then 26 because 25 is the first part of the story that's going on right now. So pick it up. Great book. Awesome for last week. And I read a lot of books last week, and this is definitely the top of them. Marky?
Is it on to me already?
Yep.
Well, mm,
Mm-hmm. That was actually a good comment.
it was. My pick of the week is I actually think I picked the first issue of this also. Um, the final issue, which is the third issue of Superman, The Last Family of Krypton. It's an Elseworlds book. Again, Superman's whole family makes it to Earth. This finishes off this story, and not only did this not disappoint, I actually thought it climaxed the series and then finished the series out. So it was the best issue. Um, the writing was superb in the fact that they actually had the climax of the book in the end. A lot of books, especially with DC and Marvel, the two big companies, I have begun to notice a trend where the book climaxes an issue or two before the final book, and the final book's just kind of a bore.
Yep.
But this one, maybe it's because it was only a three-parter, but these books are huge. It took me as long to read this as it did to read 3 comics. So, um, it had a lot of interesting things too. The things that are happening on the planet because the elves are there. Certain things, I don't want to give away everything, but there are certain things that happen where a random bolt of lightning will actually hit a L and do no damage. That bolt might have been meant to hit a certain person that it allowed to run really fast.
Oh, okay.
And because of that, it never happened. So, because their intervention of being there, the whole family, there were certain superheroes that never happened, certain supervillains that never happened, but certain heroes still happened just for totally different reasons because it was their destiny to become this hero. It was very interesting and a different look at the whole thing. Um, Certain villains still happened because it was their destiny, but it happened differently. It was real neat. Um, Still not the biggest Superman fan, but I totally love everything Elseworlds, and it was a good read. It's one of the better Elseworlds ones that has been out in a while. I thought. Um, it only being 3 issues and at $4.99, but with the size of them as double or triple issues, it's well worth your money. They're very easy to get a hold of right now. They're not selling out, at least not here. I hope wherever you're at, it's not selling out, so you can go get it, and then hopefully it'll start selling out. That way they'll keep doing Elseworld books. Um, $15, and I believe it counts it as 6 parts. So $15 for 6 parts, not too shabby. And it's not. It has only been out for the 3 months, so you can. I'm sure you can go get it if you really want it. I suggest it. Superman fans and non-fans of Superman as well, because it's not Superman's story. It's in a lot of ways it's Jor-El's story. It follows Jor-El around a lot. So it's an interesting read, especially to people that are fans of the DC universe, but maybe they don't like Superman per se, but they'd like to read something a little bit different, and maybe they want to read something that's got Superman in it, or just something where he's kind of not the main character and it's still titled Superman. It's kind of interesting. Well, I guess he's absent from his books a lot, but
Um, since we still have some time, would you like to do a second pick for this week?
well, I think so. Did you grade yours? Because I'm gonna grade
Oh,
mine.
I grade this Secret Six out of 10, 8.5.
I'm gonna give mine an 8.8 because who in the hell would give it an 8.8? That's a weird number. I was gonna give it an 8.5, but I decided 8.8. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you could go first.
All right, fine. Here we will go Marvel on you. I have a lot of books this week that I really liked.
Or last week.
Last week, well, for the week that we're reviewing, um, I would say my next favorite was Thor for Asgard, which again I've already reviewed an issue 1 and 2. I'm not going to go into detail on it. You need to pick this miniseries up. It even for the art alone, the every page is cover art. Every single page, it's beautiful. The story is just awesome. And I finally figured out why it's so good. It's because it's not Marvel Comics. It's Marvel Knights, which is like a slightly more adult version. It's somewhere in between Marvel and Icon or Supermax or whatever it's called.
Or both.
While I'm at it, you should read Freedom Fighters. He might actually want to review that one instead of me.
No, it's a good comic.
It's a good one. And if you want to pick up an issue 1, Deathlock. It's just like the TV show, and it's funny as hell. I actually think Brendan Small writes it. He does. Brendan Small, the writer of the cartoon, writes it. So if you like it, go pick up the comic.
All right. I don't have the comic here. It's upstairs, and that would be I Zombie issue number 6, I think it is. It's either 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure it was 6. Basically follows the story of the Were Terrier, of how he became who he is. Really cute. Like it was just a funny, heartwarm story. I enjoyed it. For It's through Vertigo, which is kind of DC, I guess. So iZombie #6, good pickup. Like catch up on the series. I'm sure there's.
What kind of grade would you give it?
I laughed. It pulled at my heartstrings. I'll give it a 8.
I'm gonna give my 3 that I threw out there 8s.
All right, so that's it for our pick. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day or soon we'll do them for this week. So tune in. Talk to you later. Bye.